and she's got Jim McCallum in her veins, and you know that combination won a ton of races. She could be the dark horse going into this event. Those two are my picks.
And she's also got Jim Fuller turning the wrenches in that car. Remember, Jim Fuller has won championships as a crew chief for Woody Pitcat and for Rowan Pennick. So she has a pretty good man calling the shots. Right now, it's a rookie driver, Adrian Paradis. Said it's taken him a few weeks to get to know Stafford. We are getting ready to turn him loose. Paradis and Haidar in the front row, and Haidar in a hurry trying to challenge Paradis for the early lead.
Well, they rumble down into turn number one, and Paradis looks a little racy, but all of a sudden the car literally gets sideways. Gathers it back. He's okay down the back straightaway. As now Travis Haidar has it by inches. Paradis takes it back. Paradis might have been a surprise to a lot of folks, but Matt, you pointed it out at the beginning of this season. Paradis is no stranger to racing.
No, he had a great 2 years at the New London Waterford Speed Bowl, but he is being pressured by Jason Lafayette. Lafayette, a lot of his fame came in the Truck Series. He is on the verge of taking the lead away from Paradise. Paradise is on the verge of losing the lead.
Well, they come off the turn, and Paradise has it by, well, almost a nose, but then it's Lafayette. Meanwhile, Bissett, we said before, we thought he was going to be strong. The defending champion has moved in, and Bissett will take over the runner-up spot. Behind him, Travis Haidar, as Paradis drops back to the fourth spot. Here comes Megan Fuller and Zachary Robinson. I think all of us announcers did a pretty good job at picking here tonight.
Yeah, I think the 78 of Hopkins, he is having a little struggle getting around. Great battle behind him between Secor and Kenaway. But up at the front, Jason Lafayette, he had one career win. He got it last year, and right now he is holding off the reigning champion, George Bissett Jr. Leading the next group of cars is Travis Haidar.
You know, interestingly enough, Matt, we talked about everybody understands and knows the normal distance for these competitors to run. But very few know what the cars do in the closing laps when you approach that 30 lap on the scoreboard at the conclusion of the event. Will it be a problem? Is the cars up front right now, are they perhaps using up their equipment too early? Time holds the answer to those stories and more.
Now Zach Robinson is starting to put some pressure on the back bumper of the Megan Fuller car. That is a fight for fourth, and we have that battle for the lead between Lafayette and George Bissett. George Bissett, he said he's given away a couple this season. He is very determined tonight. Hopkins now is stabilized at number 78 car. He is holding off Paradise. And then it's Secor, Kenaway, and Tess Spire.
Well, there's no question about it. There's a good battle at the bottom of the top 10 between Tess Spires, McKenaway. All of a sudden, the return of Secor, and he's looking racy here tonight. All of these drivers are starting to, well, come to the front of the field as they run single file, and they head back down into turn number one. Secor, that time, literally almost ran up on the back end of the Paradis car as he was coming on so strong, and Paradis's machine kind of dropped off the pace just momentarily. Out in front, still the leader, Lafayette, the leader of the pack. Bissett still running in second. And then there's a three-car battle, Matt, for that third position.
And Johnny Walker is running 11th. He is far back. Right now, he is bear-hugging the back bumper of the Tess Spire car. So Johnny Walker, very patient in the beginning, saving his car for the stretch run. Jason Lafayette continues to dominate. We have a side-by-side battle, and it is Megan Fuller who is able to get the best by a half a car over Travis Haidar. Remember, those two drivers are running 1-2 in the point standings.
They certainly are, and Megan Fuller, once she gets by, she starts to string it out. Who is going to be the chase vehicle in this event? It looks like it's Zachary Robinson with the number 89 car. He puts the hammer down, moves into the fourth spot, forcing the car that has been alongside of him, and that is the number 11 front runner in point standings here for Travis Haidar. He drops back to the bottom of the top five. Then it's Hopkins in the sixth spot, seventh spot is Paradis, and then it is 38 of Secor, followed by the number 29 machine of Tess Spire.
Now remember Zach Robinson, he graduated from high school Saturday,
did.
except he wasn't there. He was racing instead as he passed up his high school graduation. He is trying to move to the head of the class tonight, but is currently in 4th place. The man a lot of people are paying attention to is Johnny Walker, but he is still far back, as right now he is hanging out on the back bumper of the Steve Kenaway car. So Walker, very surprisingly, for the first 12 laps, has not been a factor.
Meanwhile, Megan Fuller is already reeling in and had closed up the gap on Bissett. And then all of a sudden, they started to pull away again. So Megan Fuller is racing at full speed ahead with that number 2 car. And is it going to be costly? As they come back to the line, it is still the number 21, the leader of the pack, setting a blistering pace out front.
So at the front of the field, it continues to be Jason Lafayette, as he had a lot of confidence. But Lafayette has had the lead on about 3 or 4 occasions late in the race and has not come up with a win. Meanwhile, they scoot off the corner. Megan Fuller is getting a challenge for 3rd from Zachary Robinson. And what about Walker? He still is languishing in the middle of the pack, and that is not what we expected tonight.
It certainly isn't. Same can be said about Hopkins with the number 78 car, as they are not as strong as usual. This time when they cross the stripe, they will be halfway down and halfway to go, and nobody is able to shake anybody off, Matt. And I think we were right when we called it. I think everybody's been saving a little something, but nobody anticipated it to go this long with green flag laps that we've seen here tonight in the first half of this event.
Well, George Bissett has tried everything except blindfold Lafayette, has not been able to get by him, and Megan Fuller is in a pretty good position right now, and that car is expecting to get better late in the race. There is a traffic jam a little deeper in the field, and Dave Secor, it's got to be a painful run for him because rib damage makes it very difficult to drive a car. Tess Spire leading the next group of cars, but right now nobody has an answer for Jason Lafayette in the Tommy's Tattoo Parlor number 21 car.
Oh, trouble now. It is the Zach Robinson machine that spun like a top, and if he was able to get that fired back up, that injury was really tough on him, and tonight he's being as tough as the bear.
When you have bruised ribs, every movement you make is painful. So a little courageous effort by David Secor in number 38, the 2013 Air Stock champion. So who has saved their equipment? What makes it tough on these street stock drivers? They don't have the luxury like they would in the late model or the SK modified division to go and make adjustments on their car. They have to make the adjustments before the race started and hope that they guessed right and have made the right moves.
They certainly do, Matt. Here they come. We're firing them back up off turn number 4. Green, 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 and they're racing. And Bissett has a slight advantage, but Lafayette has the inside lane. George Bissett Jr. quickly tries to thunder to the outside. Hopkins made the Timex timely move. It didn't pay off. And Secor, oh, now we've got trouble. Wow.
5 cars in a log jam in turn 3,
And there's,
including Johnny Walker.
Yep, and there's the
Responsible
steam.
for the entire Triple Crown and the second leg. It has been a beauty so far.
It certainly has, Matt, and as we see, very sadly, the carnage from the altercation. 17 laps are up on the board in this event of 30 laps as they come off turn number 4. Pace car still remains out in front. It's going to dive to the center of the infield. It does. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back to green and racing. But it's not a green, Matt. It's a yellow.
It's a false alarm.
So they're going to try to do it all over again. This is such a crucial point in this event that, as we said before, Scott Tapley, Tom Fox and company, along with Chris Combato, they're making sure that the playing field is equal and fair. This is a big night for these competitors. So let's see what's going to happen now as they come off turn number 4. Looks much better this time, Matt. There's the green.
And the volume level increases. Here is Bissett on the outside of Lafayette. As they whirlwind their way to turn number 2, Bissett trying to check out. He takes over the lead from the 21 car.
And Hopkins moves on to the podium. Car number 78. He might have been playing possum earlier as well, but Megan Fuller fights back. Secor is back in the hunt. And guess who's coming, Matt? Johnny Walker.
As Walker right now kind of boxed in behind Adrian Paradis. Right for the lead. What a comeback by Lafayette. It looked like he was dead in the water a lap ago, but he is trying to nor'easter his way underneath Bissett, and it's Lafayette who will lead the field into turn 4.
There's no question about it as they rumble back to the stripe. It is still a dogfight battle. Look at Megan Fuller. Moves to the inside of Bissett. Oh, they swap a little paint. A little touchy-feely off the turn as they head down the back straightaway. It is a side-by-side battle for second.
Secord is in the middle of it. Here comes Hopkins underneath George Bissett. So Hopkins, he cranks it up. Can't get by Bissett, but he is very close. Kenaway and Zach Robinson having a battle deeper in the field, but it is Lafayette. He has opened up a furlong between himself and Megan Fuller.
They head down the back straightaway. As now, it's a side-by-side battle for the third spot. But look out further back, Zach Robinson. He's coming back to the front. There's no question about it. Remember, he had that jingle earlier. Secor thinks he's bump drafting at Daytona. That's how close he's running in his quest to be on the podium here tonight. Lafayette still in command. 21, Matt, of 30. We are now in what we call the danger zone.
And looking dangerous is Michael Hopkins as he tries to machete his way underneath George Bissett. That is a fight for third, but he cannot make the move, and he is vulnerable to Secor, and Secor hangs back. Robinson moving up.
There's no question about it. Robinson, he's the comeback kid of this event.
Boy, we were writing his obituary a couple of laps ago, and now he gets by Secord, and he is in the top 5. Megan Fuller, can she slice into the lead? That is owned by Lafayette. She is getting closer. That car was set up to go the distance, and we still have 6.5 laps to go.
There's no question about it. Look at that. She's reeling him in, Matt. Right there, getting closer. Turns 3 and 4 seems to be her strongest point of the racetrack. But Lafayette has driven a flawless race.
Well, if Lafayette was saving anything in the middle portion of this race when he had the lead, it is time to start using it. A great battle a little deeper in the field as Kenaway is able to pull away from the combination of Haidar and Walker and Paradis and Megan Fuller getting closer and closer and closer to the back bumper of the Jason Lafayette car.
There's no question about it. She is starting to reel him in as she gets closer. Now watch what happens, Matt, when she gets down into 3 and 4. That seems to be her strongest point in the racetrack. Look right there, Matt, as she can really close in. She's got it down to about a car length, and we have literally 4 circuits remaining, 2 miles left.
As leading by a hatchet is Lafayette. Bissett in third, holding off Hopkins. Then it is Robinson rounding out the top 5. But the drama is up at the front. Fuller, patented turn 3 move, erasing some of the deficit between her and the 21 of Lafayette. Things are getting closer with less than 3 laps to go.
2 to go next time by as they come back to the line. It is getting closer, Matt. You pointed it out, and so isn't the battle for the 3rd and the 4th and the 5th position. Here's the popsicle sticks up. Meanwhile, down the back straightaway, Matt, we could have a situation, but they keep going, and we're still going. 2 circuits to go.
That was Kenaway and Haidar who got tangled up and did a little dancing with the stars. Right now, it is Fuller getting closer, trailing by about a length of a tree branch against Lafayette as they roar out of turn number 4. Megan Fuller is in the neighborhood, but Lafayette holds her off, but the yellow comes out.
Oh, boy. Matt, you know what this means.
Well, it means one thing. We're about to find out how much she has improved since then. because this is one of the biggest restarts of the season right here between herself and Jason Lafayette. The winner of this restart could be on the way to a $500 payday.
And $500 is big money for these competitors, plus the bragging rights, RSMP CO and Casa Grande Builders, a big part of tonight's presentation. They come off turn number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, the countdown continues. 28 up on the board, 30 is the magic number, and this time, Megan Fuller. But a little bit too rambunctious. They're going to call it back, and they did.
So a recall, and we will do it again between Lafayette and Megan Fuller. Well, Megan Fuller looked strong on that restart, a little too strong. So we will try it again, and once again, this restart could decide who gets the $500 payday.
Here we go. Off turn number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, this time, much better than the last time. And Megan Fuller passed the start-finish line. She has it by inches, but Lafayette guards the bottom lane. Here comes Bissett back to life. Walker is still not out of this one. Megan Fuller goes to the outside. Side by side, Matt. There's the white flag. Nobody is surrendering as they come back to the line.
3 cars battling for the lead. Lafayette getting a challenge from the outside by Megan Fuller. From behind by George Bissett as they whirlwind their way out of turn number 2. Lafayette has a lead, but Megan Fuller is right there heading into turn 3.
Final 2 turns. Will Megan Fuller try to make the move that will give her position number 1? Lafayette has went the distance. He's went the stretch. Lafayette has done it to take down the big payday for our round number 2, presented by RSMP CO. These guys did, and what a great job by our winner.
What a great job indeed. Held off Meg Fuller. She had the runs going. A big hug coming in. Wow. I thought we were going to have a fight on our hands how fast he was coming in. Great job there. Congratulations on the win. First off, what are you going to do with that $500 now that you just won it?
I got to put tires on this thing after that.
New tires going on. After that and a bit of celebrating, what are your plans?
Honestly, this is huge. I had a good feeling about tonight to begin with, and the car's been getting better and better every week. We put some plugs in it, changed a couple things after the heat race because it wasn't the greatest. And I just got to say, racing Meg and George was awesome. I mean, they raced clean. I got to thank my sponsors. I got to thank Jeans Ford and Chevy. I got to thank Pete's Car Star. I got to thank RMS PCO for putting this on, and the $500. We'll put that to good work. So thank you very much.
Congratulations to your first place finisher, Mr. Lafayette. Truck driver turned street stock driver. Lots of fans cheering down here. Let's throw it over to second place, Meg Fuller.
All right, Megan, good run, man. The 2-car had a shot at it there at the end. Good piece of driving tonight.
Thank you. During the race, I kept getting a little bit too tight off the corner, and that's definitely where Jason was better than me, but he ran a really good race. Congratulations to him on his win. Congratulations to George on his 3rd place finish. Thank you to my dad and my Uncle Jimmy for all the hard work they do on my car, my pit crew, Dave and Lisa, my photographer Ann, all my friends, family, and fans out there who always support me, my sponsors, RaceChoice.com, BFR Chassis, Simon Eyes, Tick Mike, Propane Plus, and everyone who helps out on the car. That's Hush Hush.
One of the most popular drivers here at Stafford and in the Northeast, Megan Fuller. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, let's go back up to the booth.
And we want everybody to get their programs out for the lucky numbers, but before we start reading the numbers, we have a celebrity that is celebrating his 50th birthday, Tick Mike, who helps so many drivers, celebrating the big one, 5-0. So a happy birthday to Tick Mike from Reese, and I know you have a lot of friends. So Tick Mike, one of the good guys. So now, hopefully everybody has their programs out.
think about what good times we had. 'Cause every day was a Saturday. 'Cause I ain't got a thing to do but have a good time. That's right. Just won't have a good time all night. That's right. That's right. I got some cold shilling on some ice. And all the fellas coming. Gonna drink us a beer tonight. Try to find me a girl or two. I hope you find me a redhead. 'Cause I've never been in one, but I bet it'd be a good time. That's right. Just won't have a good time.